had my brother over on the weekend to do finish off this room, well, almost, like 90% done now, and then to start on the other room, which was, you have to drill out, because we're having a rewire and like, I don't even call it replumb, I keep saying that, but I don't think it sounds right, in the spare room, which I'll put some clips of that being done. But it's chaos and it gets so dusty because you're drilling into the walls, and yeah, my hair, I just like have so much brick dust in it, and I had to go to my friend's birthday last night and I just didn't have time to wash it, so my hair is massive because it's actually like putting dry shampoo in there. So this huge hair, but yeah, so it's just scraped back today because there's no point in washing it today. I'm sorry this just turned into me talking about my hair wash routine, but anyway, there's no point in washing it today because I'm painting. So I'm going to paint this door, you can see a bit of paint on it already, to match the windowsill in here and the radiator. The radiator and the windowsill are like, I can't believe the colour matches so well. Like it's an absolute, it's just a fluke. Is that what you call it? Like the biggest fluke ever, but I just can't believe they match. They look incredible next to each other. I've gone for this burgundy colour and this burgundy radiator. I'm so excited about them. But yeah, the plan for this week is basically, today's Monday, so I'm going to be painting in here today. Tomorrow we've got the electricians coming to rewire that room, and I'm going to Margate to get my eyebrows done. I'm procrastinating the painting because it's just like such a challenge, because I'm quite scruffy when I paint. It's a real big challenge for me not to get it on the wallpaper, because we've done the wallpaper first. So we've got to like paint this architrave here, and I can take the door handle off, but yeah, this bit, just not getting it on the wallpaper is just going to be such a big challenge for me, because like I said, I'm so scruffy and I've used up all the wallpaper, so there's no choice but to get it right. Nearly done in here, which is really exciting. I don't know what I can show you yet. I may have to show you next time, because basically the floor is a collaboration and I don't want to show it yet. So it's kind of some things like I can't show you, and yeah, you know how it is. I didn't finish saying what I was going to do for the rest of the week, but then on Thursday I'm going to be filming everything for the end of the collaboration, and we can get the bed up in here because I'm going to use this as my bedroom for now. Our bedroom, not just my bedroom. I better get started and just stop talking. I feel shy today, I don't know why. I feel a bit camera shy. So we're just going to go with it. There was a lot of things that I was thinking and feeling. I was so excited because my last vlog was really well received. That makes me sound like I don't know, I brought a documentary or something. It was very well received. No, I was so chuffed with like just people's responses to my last vlog. It was really nice because I wasn't really doing it. I just like felt like doing it rather than like, oh, I'm going to get this and it's going to be like to make it successful or anything like that. So yeah, it was just like a nice little bonus. Be like, oh, people really enjoyed it, and I had nice comments about it. So that just thanks if you watched and like subscribed, because there's some like like a few new people around here, so that just makes me so happy because I love YouTube so much. Oh, I need to turn the heat down, it's getting quite hot in here. What I was going to say was watching Brittany Bathgate's vlog this morning because we had electricians in, and I couldn't really do anything because we don't get any signal in our house. But for some reason I managed to get the tiniest bit and I could watch YouTube videos, but I couldn't go on my laptop, and I was hiding from the electricians. There was nothing else I could do, so I was just in my room watching vlogs basically. And she was saying, anyway, that's such a long-winded way of saying what I'm going to say. Anyway, she was saying, oh, one of her New Year's resolutions is to cook more in the house. And like last year, they got loads of Deliveroo because they were deep in renovation. And it actually just reminded me to like just be put a bit less pressure on myself, because I have been painting and stuff this week, and we have had like renovations all weekend basically, and I have basically only eaten sandwiches for like 4 days, and it's just feeling really guilty about that. It's like I haven't had any vegetables, you know, it's like really bad for me, blah blah. Like I'm eating like rubbish, like why am I eating better? Like I haven't been able to get to the gym as much as I wanted to. And just hearing her say that just reminded me, like, yeah, do you know what, it's not gonna, this kind of stuff isn't gonna last forever, especially us, like we're in and out of renovating and they're not renovating, so it isn't gonna last forever. So just to take the pressure off myself, to like be able to live up to or like maintain, to be able to maintain like the lifestyle that I want or feel like I should have. And like the beginning of the year was really nice because we were going through the cookbook a lot and like finding new meals to eat, and I love doing that, and it's really nice, but it's so time consuming, not only just to cook them and prepare the meals, but also to plan the food shop and then do the food shop, rather than just like going to the supermarket and getting your go-tos. So it takes a lot of effort, and you have to be in a certain state of, a certain frame of mind for one, and you have to have, things have to be a bit calmer in your life, like you can't be really busy at that time. So yeah, I just feel like I'm just going to keep reminding myself of that today, or at the moment. And also, if you're going through anything the same and you're feeling really hard on yourself and you're not feeling like you're living up to your expectations, then you know, don't be as hard on yourself. Like, you're trying your best, and eventually there'll be times in your life when things will be a bit less chaotic, and we just have to learn to go with the flow, and I think that'll make things easier. I'm just on my way back home from Margate. I had my eyebrows done this morning, and I am super chuffed with them. I've just finished painting in here, and I'm feeling a little bit frustrated because it's just taking so much longer than I thought it would, because the paint is taking forever to dry. I think because it's so humid in here, and we live more rurally and we're in like more woodland, I think there's just a lot more moisture in the air. So like I'm running over all my deadlines, and I feel like a bit of pressure to get this done because I need to like reveal it for a brand, and it's also stopping me from like posting my other content. Yeah, it's like a, what's that? Like a spiral effect. No, I can't even think. I'm just like, you know, you've been in with your own thoughts a lot, especially with painting, you get in your head quite a lot, so trying to have a conversation out loud is like, feels really weird. But yeah, it's like, finally, this is like the 4th or 5th coat, I think, and finally it's started to look like it's actually covering, which is good. I just want it to look really good. And I feel like it's kind of like some of the paint is like sliding down and it's all getting all thick because it's like a bit wet underneath, and then it's creating like drip marks in the paint. So, but then it's not like dry enough to sand them off. It's basically teaching me to be patient, which is like not one of my strong points. But yeah, there's just so much. You hear the dog. Yeah, it's just having a huge knock-on effect. That's what I was looking for. That was the word I was looking for. It's just having a knock-on effect. And like once this is done, it'll be really good. And I'm also just feeling like a bit sick of, it's been like day. We had the electricians in today, which is great. But yeah, everywhere is dusty again. It was dusty all weekend. So kind of feeling like I just want to relax, you know? I want to feel comfortable, and I don't feel comfortable because there's things in all the wrong places. That's where I'm at today. I'm going to stop moaning now. Can you even believe that it's February? Because I can't quite believe that it's February already. I think I'm going to make something from the green roasting tin again. So basically we haven't really got much food left in the fridge, but I do have enough to make this ratatouille, which I haven't had vegetables in days. I think, as I was saying before, like, because everything's been like just so all over the place, I haven't had any vegetables, and this is going to be a really good way to get in lots of vegetables and use up what we have left in the fridge before. And I will need to organise doing a food shop at some point. Or, I mean, we normally get it delivered because we live like, we're not super close to a supermarket, and I just find it easier with like time and stress. It's just like so convenient to have it delivered. And I didn't start doing that until about a year ago. And then I was like, this is life-changing. I really hate going to the supermarket. I used to really love it, and yeah, now it's just one of those things that I just really detest. So getting it delivered, and I also think it stops you like impulse buying, because you're not like walking past things and being like, ooh. But it can be pretty disappointing when, like, you know, if your food gets delivered late and you want like a nice snack or something, and you were like on a health kick, so you've only got like good stuff in, and then the food shop delivers and you're like, oh, I just wish I had like a little treat or something, you know? So past me always like sabotages future me in that sense. But yeah, I think I'm gonna make this ratatouille. It's tried and tested. It takes about an hour to cook, so it's quite a long time to cook, but I've got time today. George isn't feeling very well. We are normally off on a Wednesday and Friday together rather than the weekend. So he's having a nap while I'm going to do some cooking, and hopefully he'll be all right. I'm going to turn the oven on actually. Hopefully he'll be up to eating it. I don't even know what time it is. Alexa, what's the time? It's 9:20, so it's early. It's very early to make a ratatouille, but you know what I just think is the most silliest thing, and which I've thrown out the window for like the past year or so, is just like having like certain meals at certain times of the day and eating like, you know, like eating breakfast stuff at breakfast. I'm just like, I'm over that, you know, like have ratatouille if that's what you fancy at, I mean, we'll probably be ready around 11. So yeah, like I don't follow like, this is my breakfast and I have it at this time and then this is my lunch. I don't follow that anymore. I just like eat when I'm hungry and like just trying to eat stuff that I want regardless of what time of day it is. A lot of people requested like some more house stuff, which I will do in this video. So I'm just give you a little bit of a tour. Obviously you can see like the kitchen now. Yeah, the kitchen was already here. This is going to be knocked down eventually. So I just thought, why not have some fun with it and paint it pink and put green handles on the door. It's not the most glam kitchen in the world. It's not like my dream kitchen or anything, but we have a kitchen, so you know, can't complain. And in our old house we didn't have cupboards that were like, we didn't have cupboards that were high up. This is just the most unpractical thing in the world because I can't reach anything, and I won't be having cupboards up this high. To like store food in, I won't be doing that when we redesign our kitchen. Like, it just makes no sense that there's stuff up there that I can't reach. So I think it's good for like storage of maybe things that you don't use, but in terms of like food, it's just really frustrating not being able to reach stuff. And some of the drawers are out of action because they were broken, so I just glued them on. I bought this stuff called Sticks Like Shit from Screwfix, and I stuck loads of the drawers on, so some of them don't open, but so maybe that, you know, if it's not, they just weren't fixable because they were plastic inside, so it's not as if you could even like screw them to the wood. So I was just like, do you know what, I'm just going to sacrifice it, because then at least it looked neat and tidy, and sacrificing a little bit of drawer space anyway. But yeah, can't reach the cupboards. Having lamps on the kitchen surfaces I think is really nice. It'd be quite nice if I got one of those ones with just a battery in it, because this is like the only plug for this side of the kitchen. So yeah, it'd be good so that I don't have to, because I'm constantly like unplugging stuff and then plugging the toaster and then plugging that in, because it's a 70s kitchen, so it's like they didn't have the need for plugs like we do. We just love the plugs. Hot. While that is cooking, I am gonna show you the kitchen. So this is, you enter the kitchen through this door here, and let me think, what can I say about it? Yeah, so this kitchen was extended in the, I think it was in the 70s, it was extended. So I've put you on where like the boundary is from the kitchen to the extension. The extension we can't use, but I'll explain a bit more about that in a bit. But yeah, this is the kitchen. So it would have been just like a kind of galley kitchen, I guess. There's a big storage cupboard here, which is really handy. And then we've got our Smeg fridge, which I still haven't sorted the feet out. It's still wonky and I need to twist them up. But you know, you're like, probably a job I'm never gonna do, because I don't actually want to go under the fridge because I'm a bit scared of it. Because I'm like, what is lurking under there? Spiders and all sorts. There's lots of spiders here. So yeah, got a Smeg fridge. We actually bought this because we had a built-in fridge in our last place, and when we moved we were like, oh, it's silly because we had to buy a new fridge again. So like, I didn't want to go for a built-in one again, and always loved the Smeg fridge. I could have gone for a colour, but actually I just really liked the cream. I thought it was gorgeous and it'll go with everything. So really chuffed with that. We don't need one with a big freezer because we never used our freezer. I think it was just a waste of energy. Like, we just had ice and peas in there. So I felt like that was a big waste of energy to like keep this freezer cold. I don't know if that's true, but just in my head. And I think like eventually we'd like to like grow stuff, and you know, that might mean like needing to freeze and preserve food a bit more. But if that's the case, then we'll just get a freezer in the garage, like, you know, one of those chest freezers. But for now, this is just what we need. So yeah, that's the fridge. And then I'll move some angles around so you can see. The reason that these tiles are behind the sink is because behind here the work surface has rotted away, so there's a big hole behind there and it just goes down down the back of the wall, probably creating all sorts of problems. And yeah, I mean, we're lucky that the sink is still attached to some of the work surface, so it's not falling through. So, you know, we can be grateful for the little things, and that is one thing I'm grateful for, that we do actually have a working sink, and hopefully it'll last. I mean, I think we'll be doing this kitchen like maybe in like a year or two. So, I mean, it's stood the test of time until now. We've changed the windows in a lot of the house, but here we haven't, because we weren't sure about what we were doing in here, so we haven't done any of that. So these are still the old windows and everything. Here's the gorgeous view of the sink, my hay kettle, which I love. Aesthetically, it's beautifully. It's aesthetically, if it wasn't in front of all these plugs, it's very pretty. Is it the best kettle I've ever used? Come back to me on that. As you can see, it's just gross. Here's the full view. I painted everything pink. It just felt a lot cleaner and like a bit more, and it was just a bit fun. So this is the more glamorous side. I decided to tile the worktops here because I thought maybe just so that I could like film and do projects here still, and just like have a nice surface to do that on. I tiled them myself. It was really easy, and wasn't very expensive. And then obviously all these door handles are from Plank. I did a little collaboration with them and then got these handles. This is the really special part of the kitchen that not many people get to see. The gorgeous extension. So this is really it in all its glory. There's our bed, because I'm decorating in the other room. So our bed is in here. Most of my wardrobe. We've got the washing, a radiator, a new radiator that's going in. 2 new radiators actually here. So yeah, tiles, flooring. Yeah, we're using this as storage because it's single skin. It's really, really cold or really, really hot in here. Like, it's like being outside. There's holes in the ceiling and stuff like that. So it's just really not fit for purpose. And it's quite handy to have a room that you, like while you're renovating, that you can just dump stuff in. I mean, maybe I could do you some close-ups and show you some more of the gory details. Is that fun? I feel like that's quite exciting. When it is done, it'll be so good, because that there is the lake. So it's got such a lovely view, and we'll have decking out here onto the garden, so it'll be like a little bit of a platform because it is raised. The vision is strong. I thought I'd show you some of the bits in the kitchen. So this is the Hay Design toaster, which matches the kettle, and I would like to have them together, but unfortunately just with the plugs doesn't work. And I didn't want it to be next to the sink because I thought I don't want it to get splashed with water and like get watermarks on it, so it's kind of best over here for now. But it's so beautiful and pretty, and the colours are kind of the inspiration for the house a little bit. However, when you put the toast in, it's very short, and then like a lot of the toast still sticks up when you're toasting stuff. So bear that in mind if you're thinking of getting it. I've got the fruit bowl here. I think that was from Oliver Bonus actually. That's my little kitchen tour for you. Yeah, I know like some people are like, isn't it a waste designing something, like painting something or decorating something that you're gonna rip out anyway? But for me, and I guess because I work from home and I'm here a lot, and I also use it as a studio, for me it was really worth it. And if something's gonna make you a little bit happier and bring a bit of joy, then why not, hey? And I think I might show you my outfit. This End of the Stories jumper on with just a t-shirt underneath it. I felt like it needed a break because otherwise that's just too much blue. And I like the length of the t-shirt. Like it just brings the top down a little bit, which I quite like. And then I got these shrimps trousers in the sale last year with the frilly sides. I saw them on Laura Jackson and was like just obsessed, so got them. And then I've got my accessorized slippers on, which just keep my feet so warm. The mirror isn't normally in the hallway, but because I'm decorating, it's in the hallway. How are you feeling?
I don't know if we need to go into that.
Okay. I did say you weren't very well, you were napping.
Okay. Oh right, yeah.
What are we doing?
We are going to get a hot chocolate first and foremost, and then walking the dog.
Yeah, walking the pooch. We came for a walk in Whitstable, but it was so cold. I think we did about 10 minutes maybe. Just got back from book club. I went to book club so Margate has a little bookshop, and I think it's literally just called Margate Bookshop. Anyway, they host a book club once a month, and I just got back from that. This month we read The Ice Palace by a Norwegian author, and I can't remember his name right now. I'm so bad with names, honestly. But I actually really enjoyed the book. It's quite short, but it's such a beautiful story, and it's about childhood and loss of innocence, and it was a great book to read I read it in December, and it was a great book to read because there's a lot of description about the cold and this ice palace and like frozen rivers and stuff, because it's set in Norway. So yeah, it was just such a great book to read at that time, and I really loved it. I think it's not something I would have normally picked up, which is a great thing about book club, isn't it? Is that you read stuff that you wouldn't normally read. And I wasn't expecting to like it, but I really enjoyed it. It's quite surreal. Surreal? There's a word for that, isn't there? Another word. But yeah, which like it kind of gets more surreal towards the end, which again like isn't normally my thing, but I just thought it was really, really good. So I definitely recommend that book. I'll leave it linked below for you so that if you want to check it out as well. I think I got it on World of Books for secondhand, so it didn't cost me very much. But yeah, I've just got back and George is actually in London at a gig, so I have had the dehumidifier on all day because someone suggested that would help me dry the paint. So I've had that on all day and it seems to have worked in here. So I thought I've got to pick him up from the station later anyway. And it's about 9 o'clock now, but I think I'm just going to give the skirting boards one last coat of paint, and the door as well. And then to be honest, like, I think it'll be good enough. Whether that's going to be the final finish, I still need to do the other side of the door anyway, so whether in time I need to redo or do one more coat is fine, but at the moment, like, I just need to get this deadline. I need to get this work over the finish line. So yeah, I'm just gonna, it'll do for now for sure if this last coat doesn't do the trick. It might do the trick on the skirting boards, to be honest. They're probably fine. However, on the door is still looking a little bit patchy. But I'm listening to a great podcast. I've got Stephen Bartlett on, Diary of a CEO, who's a fan, because I am a huge fan. I'm gonna listen to that, paint, obviously change into like my real painting colours. Although I do think this Cezanne coat makes me look a bit like a painter, or like, you know, if you see in films and then they had like those antiques dealers or like removal men, they wore this kind of coat. But as they say, I'm not mad about it. Here's the door, and obviously you can see like just patches, and like there's some texture to it, like up that bit, like that droop, and it was too wet for me to be able to sand it as well. So I'm gonna sand it now.